How good are the KenPom stats at predicting the men's NCAA tournament? I think it'd be very interesting to see the KenPom stats from one round to the next to see how they are doing. So I'm going to do an update video between each round 1 and 2, round 2 and 3, the Sweet 16, and so on. I'm also going to show you an analysis of each individual round and see how the historical data looks as far as the seeds go and the KenPom predictions. So let's get to it. First of all, round 2 wins by seed. We know there are a lot of upsets in round 1 in the 2024 tournament, but from 2001 to 2023, the 1 through 8 seeds obviously win more round 2. In fact, it was 84% of the round 2 wins are between the 1 and 8 seed. 9 through 16 are very few. Look at that little hill there, that little peak to the seed 11 on the right side of this chart. I'm going to explain that in a little bit more detail here in a second. Now look at the bottom there. If the 9 seed beats the 8 seed in round 1, then more than likely they're going to play the 1 seed and not do too well in round 2. The 10 seed, if they beat the 7, they might play the 2. Now this is all the games in round 2 from 2001 2023, but I'm going to show you just these individual matchups on the next slide here. So what this chart shows us here is the high seed versus the upset seed from 2001 to 2023. What does that mean? That means particularly, like say the 9 seed beats the 8 seed in round 1, they go on and play the 1 seed. You see this on the left-hand column there. 37 out of 41 of those games, the 1 seed wins. That looks really good for North Carolina and UConn. Now, in the 2 versus the 10, so again, if the 10 beat the 7, that's an upset in round 1. Then they go on and play the 2 seed in round 2. That's how they've done since 2001, 21 to 9. Now, here's what's interesting, the 3 versus the 11. If the 11 seed upset the 6 seed in round 1 and they end up playing the 3 seed in round 2, then it's not even, but it's a lot closer than the 2 versus the 10 or the 4 versus the 12. Then the 12 seed right there in the middle. If they beat the 5 seed in round 1, but then play the 4 seed in round 2, they don't do very well. And look at the 6 versus the 14. The 14 seed has never beaten a 6 seed in round 2. I know there's only been 6 of those games, but they've never won. That doesn't look too good then for Oakland. Now this is an update to the Final Four projections here for the top 4 seeds in each region. And I realize there are a lot of upsets in the first round in the last 2 days, but going forward here, the top 4 seeds, only 2 of those got knocked out. In fact, if you look at the top 2 seeds, that's basically our Elite 8 that's still in play for the KenPom predictions, for the KenPom bracket. The 1 seeds are all still in, the 2 seeds are all still in, 3 of the 3 seeds and 3 of the 4 seeds. So yeah, the chalk does matter, especially in the later rounds of the tournament. In fact, our Final Four here, Connecticut, Arizona, Houston, and Purdue, based on the KenPom predictions, is still in play. These are the updates on the KenPom stats here for Saturday, March 23rd. And the only team there that is in white now is Auburn because they lost. The teams in red are still in the tournament. Most of the teams that are rated highly in KenPom are still alive. So moving forward, this is the East region from round 2 on, and we see Yale there who just upset Auburn and Duquesne who just came off their upset at BYU. So 2 double-digit seeds now facing off against a higher seed, Yale against 5 seed San Diego State and Duquesne against 3 seed Illinois. Now that is a 3 versus 11. We just saw that the 11 seeds do pretty well against the 3 seeds, but according to the KenPom stats, Illinois has an 81% chance of beating Duquesne. So I'm going with Illinois for sure, and I'm also going with San Diego State beating Yale. Now look in the middle of this bracket here. Those are the 4 seeds that will be in the Sweet 16, according to KenPom, 1, 2, 3, and 5. In the West region, we have Michigan State. That's not quite an upset, but Grand Canyon defeated St. Mary's, and the rest of the seeds are the high seeds. So with Alabama, 4 seed going against a 12 seed Grand Canyon, 68% chance to win. We then have 1 through 4 in the Sweet 16 coming out of the West. Now in the South region, this is where we saw most of the upsets. James Madison took care of 5 seed Wisconsin. North Carolina State beat Texas Tech. Oakland, that was a big upset where they beat 3 seed Kentucky. And Colorado took care of Florida. Now Duke, 4 seed against a 12 seed. Looks like 76% chance to win. I'm going to pick Duke. Marquette, the 2 seed against Colorado. That's a little bit closer. In fact, quite a bit closer. I'm a little bit surprised about that one. Now, North Carolina State and Oakland, we're going to have a double-digit seed get to the Sweet 16 no matter what. And according to the KenPom stats, that's going to be North Carolina State. So right there in the middle again, that's our 4 teams for the Sweet 16, 1, 2, 4, and 11 seed North Carolina State. Now in the Midwest region, there was a lot of chalk coming out of round 1. In fact, it was all chalk except for Oregon, who beat 6 seed South Carolina. Now Oregon faces number 3 Creighton. Now, again, the 3 versus 11 is where we see some of the potential upsets in round 2. But Creighton is a very strong team, and according to the KenPom stats, they have a 70% chance of beating Oregon. So again, I'm going with Creighton. That gives us a 1, 2, 3, and 5 coming out of the Midwest for the Sweet 16. Now for the Final Four, we have the same 4 teams as before, and these are all still alive. So Connecticut beating Arizona and Houston beating Purdue. And for the championship game, we have Connecticut beating Houston, and that's a very, very close looking game there, 50.6% to 49.4%. So that's it. I'm really looking forward to round 2 here on Saturday and Sunday. Then after Sunday, I'm going to look at the KenPom stats again on Monday morning, do a recap video on round 2, and look at what's going to happen for Sweet 16 on for the rest of the tournament. Looking forward to that. That'll come out sometime on Monday morning. Have a good one.